Today, right in the middle of some rainy weather and some marginal weather, and it was really cold for a day. Then it warmed up a little. Today we woke up and they're projecting 70-degree temperatures by lunch and maybe even warmer. So there's only one thing we want to do, is get out on the open road, take advantage of this day. And Karen has a list of priority stuff that she wants to do around the house before the real summer gets here. We're going to try to do some of that, of course. But the top priority, always the top priority, the exercise I get riding in my 3 or 4 hour ride. Without that, I'm afraid of something. That I'll get old. I'm afraid. Well, yesterday was really the first really pleasant riding day that we've had. I think the temperatures even went up into the 70s. Today they're supposed to go up into the 70s again. It's supposed to be a beautiful day. Turbo Steve's stuff is drying up overnight. It looks like jewelry. This is just a great time of year. We're having a meetup this weekend. Luciano's got his new bike. Maybe you got something new to show off. It's a great time of year. And we went through such a long winter with all the salt on the road and all. The roads are pretty clean, relatively nice. And the skies have been blue. The temperatures are coming up every day. And this is what living in this part of the country where you go through a brutal winter and then it all comes to fruition around this time of year. And it is just, I have waited for a long time and all the pieces of the puzzle have come together and today is the day. And it's been a few months now. We've had the kids' stuff in here for their bathroom, the renovation. Today is the day they're supposed to put the last of the bathroom parts in. And this weekend they're going to move in. It couldn't be a better time of year. The whole family is celebrating the way it came out. As soon as they get cleaned up over there, I will get some pictures to share. This will be out of the garage. I can move the motorcycles back, get a little more room in the garage. Again, I am just so happy that we have made it through a really rough winter. But the really exciting news is we got almost all the work done. Just a few little details left to do. I was hoping I'd get it all done, but it just played out that there's a few loose ends. I got to get the mirror fitting, a couple other little parts I want to work on. It won't matter, even if I don't get any of them done, because this time of year it's ride, and I'm hoping the weather just stays this way for the next 6 months. Well, we only got a few rides left on these tires, and then we're going to put the Michelin 5s on. Okay, boys, time to eat. You want to go out riding? You got to eat. You don't want to ride, you just want to eat. Okay, sounds good to me. And the fish are totally out of hibernation now. With the weather changing little by little every day, they're eating more than me. And of course my routine is no matter what time of year it is or what season, I want to ride a clean bike, and having all this extra wax on the bike, when you do get a day where there's salt or rain or mud, or it just makes the cleanup so much easier. And if it doesn't work for you, that's fine too. We could still be friends, but I still like having a clean bike, at least when I leave the driveway and make that turn out onto the road. Knowing the bike is clean, and when I get home, if it isn't, I'll clean it again. A final check of the weather. It's supposed to go into the 70s by lunchtime. It is going to be a spectacular day to be out on the open road. Hope you enjoy sharing a ride with us. Just before I go out on the open road, just double checking that Steve's parts are they just really came out nice. This is going to be some turbo bike, boy. Now, all along the ride today, forsythias, the yellow flowers blooming everywhere, the flowering trees, pink and white, both sides of the road. Everywhere I went, in the beginning of the daffodils are coming out. It's just the absolute beginning of the best season ever. Spring, everything comes to life. Now this is a week after that big rain that we had, 4 days of rain, and look at the golf courses are still flooded. Holy mackerel. What a mess. Still messy up here. Today I overdressed. I could have taken a lining out of the jacket and could have went with one less shirt, but the afternoon it just got so nice. You knew summer is not far away. Just wonderful, wonderful weather today. Now there's some areas up here, up north, that the forsythias must grow wild. There's places where for a whole stretch, there'll be just yellow forsythias in full bloom. Really nice. Really adds something really springtime to today's ride. Now this restoration was a 500-hour over the winter restoration, pretty complete, pretty down to the studs, and I don't regret 1 hour of that because I am enjoying this bike now, hopefully for the rest of my life. And this is a really sneaky bike. You don't think it's going to be that good. You ride it for an hour and you kind of fall in love with it. After 2 hours, you don't want to give it up. And on the way home, you're thinking, well, this bike really is an all-weather fighter. It is a really good bike. Well, one of the things I like about the bike, like the MT-09, it's a very nimble, light feeling bike. It feels a lot lighter than it really is. Feels a lot like an RD, in fact. And it's just a very comfortable bike to have on a 3 or 4 hour ride. And one of the really nice features, really nice, is to be able to go through these populated areas with not setting off any alarm bells, not scaring any dogs or people pushing baby carriages. You just slither on through, and sometimes you slither right past law enforcement. They don't even know you went by. They have to take a look twice. It's a nice, quiet bike. No, another nice feature of the bike, and it's really a nice feature, is because it's fuel injected. 13 years of driving it, way over 30,000 miles. Never had a tinker with it. It runs like a Rolex watch. No maintenance at all. And the best thing of all, it just handles so nice. And because of the gas being so expensive, the whole 6 months, I've been checking the mileage on the bikes, and this bike is just under 50 miles a gallon, and that's not riding it like, that's riding it the way I like to ride it. I don't try to baby it just to get good mileage. It's just a good mileage bike. And I personally have fallen in love with bikes that have nice low end torque, really smooth throttle response, and good mileage, and are quiet and don't rattle a neighbor's cage, and don't make you too obvious to law enforcement. This is a really good combination. And very soon now the leaves are going to start turning green. It's going to just add even more enjoyment to the rides. And today, the way this played out today with this, I call it the first day of summer. It really was, it warmed up by this point in the ride. I was really cooking. And on the way home, I was just thinking how much fun I've had with this bike. I've had it since '09. All the restoration time and energy I put into it, so worthwhile. And on a day like today, you enjoy the fruits of your labor, and you know it's just something special to have a bike that you've restored and brought back to better than new, and you can enjoy it every day. Well, you know, this is the first day of summer because the bugs are all over the bike and all over the windshield and everything. Face shield, everything. But anyway, thank you, Michelle. This stuff, we've been using it regularly. And that's just to keep it as clean as possible. But we are in the bug season officially today. Wow, the spring came very, very quickly today. I had time to go take all the linings out of the jackets, and who knew it just broke in one day like this. Beautiful day, absolutely beautiful ride. Flowering trees are everywhere, birds are chirping, fish are eating. I'm gonna go have lunch. It is really, this year has been unbelievable. It just went from really cold riding to what, today. I could have had the summer riding year round. Anyway, I hope you did enjoy riding along with us. They're here to pick up the furniture, hey! More room, I could buy some more bikes. You ready to buy more bikes, Rob?
No, I got one.
You got one, okay. Let's see you guys get that out of my way.
So what's wrong with this? Old vanity. We took it out to throw it out. We get to the driveway.
We're ready to put it up into the dumpster.
Where the dumpster is.
His side starts going up.
I'm going down lower and lower on my side. He can't get his. He's like, I can't do it.
I can't do it. Luciano says that all the time. Come on, guys, give me some room in my garage. I need to buy more motorcycles. And so it was. The adventure ended with all the stuff going, and I have room to buy another MT-09. How cool is that? Or another RD. You never know. You never know. So the kids are moving in within a day or two. I have room in my garage now for one more bike. I don't know what I want to buy. And just like that. Just like that, Wendy has his garage back. Oh yeah, but the kid's house is really right in the last day or two of putting stuff in. What a day. So after I moved all the bikes around and moved things in and out and started dreaming about my next bike, of course it's not going to happen, Karen asked me, she said, you know, this is a good day. It's nice and warm out. Let's do the fountain. So we have this fountain that we've had in front of the house. It's broken and it's corroded and it's in rough shape and needs the pump repaired and blah, blah, blah. But you know what? It was a good day to restore it because I did have some energy left at the end of this ride. And you can see what the level of corrosion on this is. But luckily, I took it all apart and we have all the tools to do this. I've done it several times already. And in the meantime, Karen was looking up on the website for Home Depot and Lowe's. These fountains, when we bought it, I don't know, 20 years ago, they were under $100. They're $400 now. So using the electric drill to grind off, you really had to grind it off and blow it off with high-speed water. And I was thinking maybe I could even use my power washer on it. But the thing that worked the best was just plain old elbow grease. Now, of course, once you have it apart, there's no point going halfway. You got to do the grinding and the sanding and the polishing and whatever. And finally, I had a can and a half of good Rust-Oleum. This is the really good stuff. And this stuff really, we paint the foundation of the house with this every couple of years. And this, it seems to last, I'm going to guess 2 or 3 years. I took the whole thing apart. This was one of the things that makes Karen happy, is having little details like this done. I had to fix the pump motor. That was a problem. And every one of these pieces, because they're so corroded, you've got to really be careful when you put it back together and not over tighten anything. Some of the parts are really, really in rough shape. But I did manage at the end of the day to get it done. And of course, one of the things I always like is making Karen happy. That always seems to play big dividends, especially now that we have an empty spot in the garage for another bike. So we're going to have to see how it all plays out. So we try to post up a video every day. Hope you did enjoy sharing a ride, sharing our little adventures in life, our restoration projects, our paint work, restoring fountains, and of course, just trying never to miss a day of riding. That's the big one. Well, thanks so much for watching.